Alright, let's talk about something that's both incredibly important and surprisingly overlooked: fiber. Yeah, I know, it's not the most glamorous topic, but stick with me here because this is way more fascinating than you might think. Here's the thing, fiber isn't just about keeping you regular, though, let's be honest, that's a pretty big deal. What's really wild is how it quietly impacts so many aspects of your health, from lowering cholesterol to stabilizing blood sugar. And yet, here's the kicker, up to 95% of Americans aren't getting enough of it. That's right, 95%. It's like we're collectively ignoring one of the simplest, most affordable ways to improve our health. So today, I'm breaking down 7 inexpensive sources of fiber that you can easily add to your grocery list. But here's the twist, I'm not just listing them. I'm diving into why they matter, how they fit into your life, and what they reveal about our broader relationship with food. Let's get into it. First up, beans. Personally, I think beans are the unsung heroes of the fiber world. They're cheap, versatile, and packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber. What makes this really interesting is how they're often overlooked in favor of trendier superfoods. But if you take a step back and think about it, beans have been a staple in diets across cultures for centuries. They're not just good for you, they're a testament to how traditional, simple foods can outshine the latest health fads. Plus, they're incredibly filling, which is a bonus if you're trying to manage your weight. One thing that immediately stands out is how easy they are to incorporate into meals, whether it's chili, salads, or even smoothies. Yes, smoothies. Don't knock it till you try it. Next, oats. In my opinion, oats are the ultimate breakfast food. They're not just high in fiber, they're also rich in beta-glucans, which have been shown to lower cholesterol. What many people don't realize is that not all oats are created equal. Steel-cut oats, for example, have more fiber than instant oats because they're less processed. This raises a deeper question: why do we often prioritize convenience over nutrition? Instant oats might save you a few minutes in the morning, but at what cost? From my perspective, taking the time to prepare steel-cut oats is a small investment in your health that pays off big time. Now, let's talk about popcorn. Yes, popcorn. A detail I find fascinating is how popcorn is one of the few snacks that's actually good for you, as long as you skip the butter and salt overload. It's a whole grain, and whole grains are fiber powerhouses. What this really suggests is that snacking doesn't have to be synonymous with junk food. If you're mindful about how you prepare it, popcorn can be a guilt-free, fiber-rich treat. Plus, it's ridiculously cheap. A bag of kernels costs next to nothing and lasts forever. Moving on to broccoli. Here's where things get interesting. Broccoli is not only high in fiber but also loaded with vitamins and antioxidants. What makes this really interesting is how it's often seen as a boring vegetable. But if you think about it, broccoli's versatility is underrated. You can roast it, steam it, or even turn it into a pizza topping. Personally, I think we need to rethink how we approach vegetables like broccoli. They're not just side dishes, they're nutritional powerhouses that deserve a starring role in our meals. Fifth on the list, lentils. Lentils are another fiber superstar that often fly under the radar. What's really wild is how quickly they cook compared to other legumes. In just 20 minutes, you've got a fiber-rich base for soups, stews, or salads. One thing that immediately stands out is their affordability. Lentils are one of the cheapest sources of protein and fiber out there. This raises a deeper question: why aren't we eating more of them? From my perspective, it's a combination of unfamiliarity and a cultural bias toward meat-heavy diets. But if you're open to experimenting, lentils can be a game changer. Next up, berries. Berries are a fiber source that feels like a treat. What many people don't realize is that berries have more fiber per serving than most fruits. Take raspberries, for example, just 1 cup gives you 8 grams of fiber. That's insane. What this really suggests is that you don't have to sacrifice taste for nutrition. Berries are sweet, versatile, and packed with benefits. Personally, I think they're the perfect example of how nature's candy can also be good for you. Finally, whole wheat pasta. Here's where things get a little controversial. Whole wheat pasta has more fiber than its refined counterpart, but it's often dismissed for its texture or taste. In my opinion, that's a mistake. What makes this really interesting is how small swaps like this can add up over time. Switching to whole wheat pasta isn't just about the fiber, it's about adopting a mindset that prioritizes nutrient-dense foods. If you take a step back and think about it, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Even one small change can make a difference. So, there you have it, 7 inexpensive, fiber-rich foods that you can easily incorporate into your diet. But here's the bigger question, why does this matter? Fiber isn't just about digestion, it's about overall health, sustainability, and rethinking our relationship with food. What this really suggests is that eating well doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. It's about making smart, intentional choices that add up over time. Personally, I think that's a message worth sharing. What do you think? Are you ready to up your fiber game? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights like this. Thanks for watching.